If you are in your 20s or 30s, you've likely been absolutely bombarded with financial advice. Between TikTok influencers screaming about crypto, headlines warning of an imminent market crash, and that one friend who swears they made a killing buying and selling gold, it's incredibly easy to feel overwhelmed. It can feel like everyone else received a secret manual on how money works, leaving you behind to just figure it out on your own. Here is the good news. You don't need a finance degree, a trust fund, or a crystal ball to build serious wealth. In fact, as a young investor, you possess the single most powerful asset in the entire financial world. And it's not money. It's time. When you invest in your 20s and 30s, you aren't just saving money. You are deploying an army of dollars to work for you around the clock. Thanks to the power of compound interest, the money you invest today will earn returns, and then those returns will earn their own returns. It creates a massive snowball effect that transforms small, consistent contributions into serious wealth over time. Consider this. $1 invested in your 20s is worth far more to your future self than $1 invested in your 40s or 50s, simply because it has decades longer to grow. Like all journeys, there is always a first step, and that first step is creating a budget. Creating a budget is not about restricting your life or keeping you from spending money. It is simply about giving your dollars a job before the month begins. When you don't track your money, you're left wondering where it went. When you budget, you tell it exactly where to go. Here is the step-by-step plan to build a budget that actually works and bears fruit. The 50-30-20 blueprint. First, you must calculate your net income. Write down the exact amount of money that hits your bank account every month. This is your take-home pay, after taxes, health insurance, and 401k contributions are removed. If you have a variable income, like from freelancing or tips, look at your lowest earning month from the past year and use that as your baseline. Next, we are going to divide your income into 3 broad buckets: 50% needs, 30% wants, and 20% savings. This gives every single dollar a specific destination before the month even starts. Bucket number 1, list your fixed expenses, the needs. List all your non-negotiable bills that stay roughly the same every month. These are the things you need to survive and keep the lights on. Rent or mortgage, utilities, car payments, insurance, student loans, and groceries. Bucket number 2, track and cap your flexible spending, the wants. This is where most budgets fail. Your discipline is paramount here. The Dalai Lama famously stated, "A disciplined mind leads to happiness, and an undisciplined mind leads to suffering." With that in mind, look at your past bank statements to see what you actually spend on dining out, entertainment, shopping, and subscriptions. Assign a strict monthly cap to this category. Remember, a budget is a living document, not a set-it-and-forget-it stone tablet. Spend just 10 minutes every single week checking your banking app against your budget. If you overspent on groceries in week 1, adjust your restaurant budget for week 2 to compensate. And here's a little hidden gem. Do not let predictable, non-monthly expenses ruin your progress. Things like car registration, holiday gifts, or annual insurance premiums happen every single year. Calculate their total annual cost, divide it by 12, and set that amount aside in your budget every month so you aren't blindsided when the bill arrives. Once your budget is created, you need to set up an emergency fund. An emergency fund isn't about being boring or depriving yourself of fun. It's about buying your own freedom and peace of mind. It turns a massive, life-ruining crisis into a temporary annoyance. If you're starting from zero, the thought of saving thousands of dollars feels completely impossible. So, don't think about it that way. Let's break it down into 3 incredibly easy steps. First, start small. Do not worry about saving 6 months of rent right now. Your first milestone is just $1,000. That's it. $1,000 covers unexpected car repairs, a surprise dental bill, or sudden moving expenses. Hit that milestone first and celebrate it. Second, set up an automatic transfer that moves money directly out of your checking account into a separate high-yield savings account. Do not deposit this money into your everyday checking account. If you have easy access to it, you will spend it. Your high-yield savings account should be at a completely different bank. You want it to be accessible if you truly need it, but far enough away that you won't use it to buy the latest gadget. Third, automate it. You can start with $5, $50, or $500. The amount matters far less than the habit. This automation creates consistency, allowing you to tune out the daily noise and focus on the long game. 6 months from now, you're going to look at that account and realize you actually built a safety net. Give yourself the gift of never having to panic when life gets messy. Now let's talk about the biggest wealth killer of all. If you are carrying credit card debt, it is like swimming with an anchor tied to your leg. You're not going anywhere, and you are slowly drowning. If you dread opening your credit card app or getting your statement every 30 days, we need to fix it. The number one thing you have to do right now is perform plastic surgery. Stop using the cards. Delete them from your Apple Wallet, Amazon, One Click, and Google Pay. If you don't have the cash in your checking account to buy it, you don't buy it. We have to plug the holes before the ship can sail. Once you've stopped the bleeding, you need a strategy to pay off the existing balances. There are 2 legendary strategies to get you to a $0 balance: the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. Both of them work flawlessly, but they are built for completely different types of brains. Let's break them down step by step so you can choose your strategy. Strategy number 1, the debt snowball. With this method, you list all of your debts from the smallest balance to the largest balance, completely ignoring the interest rates. You set up automatic minimum payments on every single card except the smallest one. Then you funnel every extra dollar you can scrape together, from budgeting, cutting subscriptions, or working a side hustle, and throw it directly at that smallest balance. Because the balance is small, you're going to wipe it out fast. And when that first card hits 0, it feels incredible. You get a massive hit of dopamine and psychological proof that you can actually do this. Then, you take everything you were paying toward that first card and roll it into the minimum payment of the second card. Your monthly payment power snowballs, crushing the larger balances faster and faster. Now the comments section will tell you this is a bad move because you're temporarily ignoring higher interest rates. But they are missing the point. Debt is driven by behavior, not algorithms. If beating debt were purely about cold, hard logic, none of us would be staring at these balances in the first place. Debt isn't an equation you solve on paper. It's a habit you break in real life. You need quick wins to build momentum, and wiping out your smallest balance right away delivers the exact psychological fuel you need to keep going when you feel like quitting. Strategy number 2, the debt avalanche. Next is the debt avalanche. With this strategy, you list your debts by interest rate, highest to lowest, no matter how big or small the actual balances are. Just like before, you keep paying the minimums on the rest of your accounts, but you funnel all your extra cash into the card with the highest APR. This is how you mathematically minimize the interest fees the banks are taking from you every month. Every spare dollar you find works with maximum efficiency. Once that highest interest card is wiped out, you roll that massive payment into the next highest interest rate. It's the ultimate min-max strategy for your money. But here's the catch. If your highest interest card is a massive $10,000 beast, you might go months without the satisfaction of crossing an account off your list. If you're someone who needs immediate visual progress to stay motivated, the Avalanche can start to feel like an endless treadmill, making it tempting to lose heart, get discouraged, and throw in the towel. Choose the Snowball if you feel completely overwhelmed by the sheer number of bills hitting your mailbox every month, and you just need a quick, undeniable win to prove to yourself that you can win with money. Choose the Avalanche if you get physically angry knowing you are paying an extra dollar of interest to a bank, you are highly analytical, and you absolutely love tracking spreadsheets. The choice is entirely up to you. One feeds your brain with quick wins, the other starves the banks of interest fees. There's no wrong choice here. The only wrong move is doing nothing. Take a look at your numbers tonight. Decide how your brain is wired and make the call. Once you hit zero debt, stop bleeding cash, and lock in that fully funded emergency fund, you've officially achieved something incredibly rare: total financial breathing room. The defensive game is won. Now, it is time to go on absolute offense and get your money working for you. If your employer offers a retirement plan, whether it is a 401k, a simple IRA, or a SEP IRA, enroll in it immediately. Many companies offer an employer match. For example, if they match up to 4%, it means if you contribute 4% of your salary from your paycheck, your boss will write a check for that exact same amount and deposit it into your account. You have just made an instant, guaranteed 100% return on your money. If you contribute 3% instead of 4%, you are literally turning down free cash and giving yourself an intentional pay cut. Always shoot to hit that match. When you log into your account portal, you'll generally face a choice between two tax structures, traditional or Roth. Here is how they work. Traditional IRA. You don't pay taxes on the money today, which lowers your current income tax bill. However, you will pay regular income taxes on the money when you withdraw it decades later in retirement. Roth plan. You pay taxes on your paycheck right now. When you withdraw the money in your 60s, every single dollar of investment growth is 100% tax-free. The verdict. Because your income will likely grow throughout your career, choose the Roth option. Paying taxes now while your income is lower is a massive structural discount on your future wealth. Look, I get it. When you're young, worrying about retirement or budgeting can feel a little ridiculous. You think, I've got plenty of time. I'll focus on that later. But you need to stop trading your future freedom for present comfort. Invest in yourself today so your future self can live completely on your own terms. So, let's start tonight. What's your battle plan? Are you going with Team Snowball or Team Avalanche to clear your debt? Drop a comment below and let me know your strategy. Smash that like button if this manual gave you some clarity. Hit subscribe to lock in your financial journey. See you in the next video.